Welcome to Teacher Coffee Talk. Today's video post is called Don't Brace for Open House, Kiss It and Embrace the Experience. You are gearing up for the annual Parent-Teacher Meet and Greet Night, an event that generally inspires trepidation for both parents and teachers. And if your goal is to explain in detail and in only 20 minutes your curriculum, your expectations, your typical day, your grading policy, your special projects, and to enlist people involved in the to be involved in the PTA, you and even the bravest parents who have ventured out after a full day of work will be totally overwhelmed. But in order to create a plan to kiss it, to keep it short and simple, you should utilize the same goal that you set for opening day and about which we spoke on our last blog. That goal is to excite the students, here the parents, about your class and to inspire confidence in you. Then you can breeze through meet and greet night. Obviously, the first step is to greet each parent at the door with a handshake and have them sign in with an email and or a text number for future contact. If possible, relay a positive comment about each student as you connect kids to caregivers. As you continue greeting new arrivals, some parents can become acquainted with some of the core components of your curriculum as you funnel them through like a gallery of displays through the prearranged alley of desks and tables that you've set up. These samples might include exciting and eye-catching projects from last year that acquaint them with core components of your curriculum, or samples from the opening day projects, such as the human graph pictures or the Campfire Stories newsletter described in Teacher Talk's first blog of the 2017-18 school year. If possible, enlist students to come and discuss the displays with the parents as you invest time meeting and greeting them at the door. Now, Dr. Sandra McGuire offers some insights into how to kiss your open house presentations by focusing on two things. In her book, Teach Students How to Learn, she describes Hobson's 2001 study that identifies two key elements to creating enthusiasm: instructor attitude and course structure. Together, these two factors account for approximately half of a student's, here a parent's, positive impression of your class. So, to introduce your parents to your class, distribute a concise outline with simple formats like bullets and charts, information on your syllabus and class expectations, with a recipe for success in your class stapled to the top. Here's the one that I developed for my class. As parents take their seats, they will peruse the 2 to 3 page outline. By the way, remember to have a couple adult-sized chairs in the room for parents who may not be able to fit into the child-sized seats. Then, for the formal talk, you only need to speak a minute or two on each of the elements in your recipe. Mine read, R, respect yourself, each other in the learning process. E, enthusiastically engage in classroom activities. C, cultivate growth mindset. I, invest in yourself, read, study, and complete homework on time. P, problems happen, let's work through them together. And E, energize the classroom with positivity. Be sure to add a specific example or two for each of the elements in your recipe. And weave essential information about your course testing, homework policy, special events, your teaching philosophy. For example, my recipe would include some talk about growth mindset, and the I one about invest time in yourself would talk a little bit about homework policies and classroom activity policies. After speaking, invite the parents to take a minute or two to write any questions on the index cards you've left on their desks. Collect those cards and scan them. Then, opt to only answer the general ones due to time constraints, and assure parents whose questions you've overlooked that you will contact them to answer their more personal questions within the week. Since your goal is to create a connection and enthusiasm with your students' caregivers, it's your attitude from the time they enter your classroom that counts. So for me, this became abundantly clear during one of my son's open houses at his high school. I had just come from a very droll, burnt-out teacher's presentation, and I entered his chemistry class where I was greeted with a big hello from his chemistry teacher who was this very diminutive Hispanic woman, old school teacher, replete with a bun and a wool suit despite the 90-degree weather in September. She pointed me to my son's desk. She explained the curriculum. She assured me that she was going to not only teach them science, but how to read and write. And I left that classroom confident that my son was in good hands. And that is the goal when you have your open houses, not to have them know every element of your program, but to leave with enthusiasm about the teacher and about the course. And by the way, that chemistry teacher did such a wonderful job for the first 3 or 4 months of the school year, then had to leave for back surgery and left after for the remainder of the school year. But her enthusiasm had me at hello. So in closing, no matter how you structure your open house night, you can't go wrong by kissing it if you exude enthusiasm for your subject and for your profession. So I want to say thank you for listening to this video post, and please post your comments and your suggestions, and I look forward to hearing from you. Thank you, and happy open housing.